Going on, people? Just got out of work. Little update on my career at UPS. I did record the video regarding the contract negotiation, but then I deleted it. I figure I'm not gonna put my 2 cents in it, keep my opinion to myself. But now I actually can say my opinion regarding new contract. So we did not get paid raise yet. It's still in the process of getting voted by union members, and it did not pass. It quite passed, but then something didn't pass in Florida for some reason. Anyways, it eventually will pass. Is I'm pumped about new contract? Yes, at this point in time, and I will explain why. But it could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. It all comes out to be like a bunch of politics. I wouldn't say politics. Well, it is. Inflation. So if the Papa Pal, if you don't know who that is, that's the guy who's in charge of the financing in United States. I don't know his position actual. But if they slow down the inflation, yes, then we got a really good pay raise. They talking about to go to deflation, which the dollar value will go up and the price is actually going to come down. That could happen, I believe. I can see that happen, but not for everything. So there's pro and cons for this pay raise. The progression for the next 5 years. If a lot of people understand, what do you mean progression next 5 years? So they negotiate a lump sum at the get-go by the hour, and then you will get how the proper way to say. And then you're going to get a raise every single year. I believe it's $1 every single year for the next 5 years, right? Or 75 cents or 85 cents, something like that. So if the inflation will slow down, it's actually a really good raise. And as being a mechanic, way above the average at this point in time. But the wrenching industry is actually start catching up. Wrenching industry is the mechanics. So it's actually start catching up with wages. $40 an hour. I see some of the advertising, and I don't know if that's for the start or anything. UPS right around the ballpark. But the biggest kicker is the super pump about that with the benefits did not change. We still pay zero for the benefits. There's still same health insurance, which is really good health insurance. Everybody's still getting cover. Like I said, it'd be progression of pay for the next 5 years. So we get, I believe, like 2 something. And then mechanics, I can only speak out of mechanics. Mechanics actually, if you start as a new person off the street or whatever, your progression used to be 2 years under new contract. Now it's only 1 year under contract. So you start, I believe it's 80 or 90% of the full pay, and then soon your year kicks in, you go to 100%, which is maximum amount at that point in time. And then obviously you just get your regular raises. For me, it worked out when I started was 2 year progression. So I'm actually not quite full 2 years. I'm like year and a half, I would say, but they're gonna wipe out the half a year, and I will start getting in the full pay soon. This contract actually being signed by UPS, whatever who needs to be signed. So overall, it is pretty good deal. But there's a negative side. If we go back into the deflation, right, this proper way. So let's say the value will raises, the dollar will raise its value, and the price is now dropping. I don't know how they will justify that on the income, because the company will not be able to charge full amount for their services they provide. And the biggest fear, so the company does not go in a negative effect. So like they spend more on their employees than the company actually makes. That actually could happen. And a lot of people's like UPS, it's a more like really solid company to work for. They've been in business since 1907. But look what happened with the yellow freight. I know it's kind of a little bit different things, but there's always a chance something can happen. And I hope it will not happen. I'm not, I don't know what the proper way to say, but like cross my fingers not. So if the inflation will stop, it's a good thing. But if it's deflation, go on, which most likely will not happen with this administration, what we got. overall, I'm really pumped and I'm super happy. And if you watch this video and you have a whatever location you live in, and you're a mechanic and you're looking for job and search in your area, like go on a UPS jobs and see if they have open position. I do recommend it because once again, I've been self-employed in my life and I kind of fall into this deal. It becomes really hard to get a job now at UPS because since the new contract and it got really advertised on the internet, people like talking about how much the UPSers are making now. It's not all true. Like, it's not like driver does not make $170,000 a year. It's including all the benefits, and they figure out with the average, like, let's say it's not the package guy, it's actually the feeder over the road. That's who they consider 170. And that would be, I don't know how many kids you got to insure to make that kind of money. I would say maybe like 140, 150, but not 170. Maybe they took the most higher, most people who work the most overtime. Maybe they be able to like make gross 170. But you got to remember, the more you make, the more the Uncle Sam takes.